Yes. All right, Mike, they're ready. It is Polar Highlands for the next match. Here we go. Back to you, Ben and Mike.
Right back to Polar again.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. What's going on right now?
This is crazy. I mean, people are changing stuff up here. I mean, I don't know. Maybe some of the on the EMP side, putting in the commando instead. I mean, they tried something different, didn't end up working. Are they going to come back twice as hard now and try and seal the deal? But now we're going into Polar Highlands.
You know, I think everyone's just pulling every trick out of the bag that they've got. They're trying to take home the grand prize here. They want the money. So they're going, you know, we saw Blackwatch breaking out Executioners, mechs they've never played before in the semifinals. We're seeing Dragons and Commandos out of Imperial, and we're getting Polar Highlands of all the maps to choose. Although I would love to see, you know, a mining collective in there too. I think that's a solid map.
Hint,
hint. Hint, hint. Go ahead, guys. But Polar Highlands, again, the third time tonight.
You know, they're just trying to please the crowd, clearly.
Yeah, it's
clearly, because we had a Polar Highlands drought. Now
just got to catch up.
Here comes the thaw.
Although that being said, the last two times we saw Polar, it was Eon versus Blackwatch, and in both games, Eon Synergy seemed to just have Blackwatch's number. They had the map under control. They were trading well. They moved well. They just seemed to know what they were doing on that map. So obviously, when they had the choice between Canyon and Polar, they're feeling pretty good about Polar right now.
Absolutely. At the same time, EMP was able to get nice and comfortable, lean back in their chairs, and just watch that all go down. They're studying their movements. They got to watch it go down on Polar. Yeah. They must think that they can counter it.
They've got to have a plan there because they're starting off under the 8 ball a little bit with that first loss. Now, obviously, Eon Synergy has to win another 2 matches this round and then move on and win another 3 against Imperial again if they want to take home the grand prize. So Imperial is kind of betting with house money right now. But you don't want to get on a run. You don't want to give Eon Synergy a lot of confidence and say, hey, you know what, we can do this. We got their number. So Imperial is going to have to figure out something, I think, on this match, because right now, Eon clearly likes what they're doing.
Absolutely. So both teams are, of course, in lobby, getting readied up. Anytime we switch maps, you usually see a lot of conversation. They have to come up with, okay, well, let's dig into this playbook that we haven't touched in a while for Polar Highlands. What mechs do we have built? I'm sure they've got stuff ready to go, but they've got to choose what they want, get it in there, make sure it's skilled up, ready to go, get it to the ranges that they want to fight on. Usually we see this stuff go down at like an ER large, extreme range, ER PPC kind of situation. So they need to make sure they got the right tools for the job.
Yeah, and we talked about this the last 2 times we saw Polar Highlands. There's a couple different ways to play it. I think both these teams probably just going to go with the trading game. That's what they're comfortable with. That's what they continue to play throughout the night. But there are some options, right? You can catch someone by surprise and run fast mediums, fast heavies, and go with the cap game. But you could also come out there and just trade, try and get the better position, and, you know, get just out-trade, out-shoot, whatever you can do. The trick is not to get caught out.
You think we're going to be seeing Huntsmans on this? Because they've been bringing a lot of Huntsmans to back up their lights.
That's a good point. There's only one way to find out, though.
Let's do it. All right, we are launching into Drop 2 on Polar Highlands. Eon Synergy up 1-0 on the series in round 4. Are they going to be able to keep this momentum? That is the question.
Yeah. And like I said, the first time these guys played tonight, we saw Eon take a drop. I think if Eon takes the first 2 drops, we're going to get some pretty interesting reactions here from the crowd.
Yeah, I agree fully. Especially, I mean, you had the hint that they can do it.
Yeah.
After they did pull off a win earlier on, they must have got together, had a conversation, figured out what they can do. But I have a feeling EMP still has a few tricks up their sleeves, too.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, we're going to have to see what these teams have planned, again, on a unique map, really, for what we've seen throughout the MechWarrior Online World Championships.
I don't think we've ever seen Imperial on Polar Highlands either, so I know the Imperial strat. We've seen it 100 times on Canyon and Tormline. We know exactly what they do. I have no clue what they're going to do on this right now. All right, we are over on the Imperial side. There's that Battle Master 1G for Twinkie Overlord. Bowser also in a 1G. Solitude in the Summoner, Proton in the Summoner.
So they finally made Proton give up his dragon for this unique map here.
They did keep Aurora in that Commando 1D though. That speed will definitely help on this map. Dual Hunchback 2Cs between Selith and Radic, and Nova and a Wolfhound. Oh, well, Nova was in the Commando last time, wasn't he?
Nova was in the Commando.
So they switched out and put Aurora in it this time. Aurora's like, watch this, I'll show you how it's done.
Yeah. In the meantime, we've got Eon Synergy running about what we expected out of them. 2 Wolfhounds, that's all they ever run for light mechs. But they bought the Battlemaster 1G again. Lizzie's been doing pretty well so far in the finals here in that 1G. Zelaglock and a Hellbringer Prime, that's what we saw previously on Polar. A Supernova, Summoner, and 2 Hunchback 2CAs. Red once again moving towards the center of the map, just trying to get information. And as we know, on this map, information is definitely key.
So it looks like EMP making a big spread between Cap and Sigma, only sending the 1 Commando out to Theta. Well, Eon Synergy kind of just lingers towards the middle of the map. Like I said, getting information before they really commit to any sort of movement. But initial caps in favor of Eon Synergy, or of EMP.
Well, if you got to send a mech over to Theta on their own, the Commando 1D is not a bad choice because you just run away if you get in trouble.
Absolutely. Legolas moving his way up to the front, trying to get some of those PPCs on target. Needs to be careful not to get caught out, though.
We've got, between Kappa and Epsilon, 2 Wolfhounds getting a little close. I don't know if they know each other there. Could have a little Wolfhound fight.
Looks like Hardock's got some eyes on him.
And what is Nova running in this Wolfhound? This is a 3 ER large laser Wolfhound. But he's got to make sure Hardock doesn't come over there, and Red as well. He's going to get jumped. Nova's going to get jumped if he doesn't pay attention here.
He has a little bit of distance between him, though. He might get some scratch, but he's got some teammates right behind him as well.
He's got the Hunchback 2Cs now moving to back him up.
Hardock and Red obviously have to be very careful. If they go aggressive on somebody, they could get caught out themselves. But that Commando now moving into Gamma, they're rolling for the 4 cap. They're going to try and make Eon Synergy make the first move.
And we saw this happen to Blackwatch on Polar Highlands earlier, but right now Eon's pretty grouped up. We're going to see if they're going to be aggressive in this movement to the left here, or whether they're going to be a little too passive, I think, with this much grouping.
That left arm for the Wolfhound lost its armor, so he's kind of smoking. That makes it a little bit harder for that Wolfhound to peek, especially in this kind of terrain. Every time he peeks, you're going to see this big cloud of black just before it peeks its head up. Looks like they are pushing hard towards Kappa, and they are chasing those mechs out, getting some burn-in on them. Nova down to 74%, Selith down to 81. He's taking quite a bit of damage as they try to move out. Looks like Eon Synergy going for some speed here, trying to run these mechs down. They got the Wolfhound right on his tail. If they keep that momentum, they might be able to get right up underneath him and take a couple mechs off the field. Got some strikes going in on Selith. 78%, Radic at 95.
And in the backfield, we've got Bowser and Solitude and Twinkie in those assault mechs trying to come up behind Eon Synergy while they chase down the 2 Hunchbacks.
Hardock getting a little bit of extra burn there on Selith as well. Looks like he might be dropping. Oh, nice strike right across Selith as well. Zelaglock down to 72% in that Hellbringer. Just be careful not to lose too much of his mech. Left torso is wide open.
And the whole time this fight's going on, we've got the Nova, or I'm sorry, we've got Aurora in the Commando 1D going now for Epsilon cap.
They're trying to roll that 4 cap and roll it hard. So even if Eon Synergy pulls off a win on kills here, they're going to have a hard time, especially if they lose their lights, trying to pull back a cap victory here.
Solitude just took a big airstrike right across the center torso there.
Twinkie Overlord getting right in Lizzie's face. It's Battlemaster on Battlemaster here. Both of them very, very hurt.
And we have Red harassing in the backfield like we've talked about all night. This is what he does best, peeking around the corners in that Wolfhound, just getting a quick shot off and then getting under cover again. Selith is in trouble. He is stuck, surrounded by a couple mechs, Radic as well.
Lizzie face-to-face with Twinkie Overlord, putting some good shots into him. He's twisting now, trying to keep his mech alive, and he takes him out. Lizzie taking out the Assault. Colonel O'Neill
goes down
getting
as
Self as well. 2 quick kills. Caps are going to be an issue, though. They need to clean up and clean up fast. Hubert face-to-face with Radek.
It looks like the Wolfhounds might be peeling off a little bit to go to Sigma. They recognize the danger of those caps.
They have been rolling a 4-cap for quite some time. There's still strikes going out right now. And a lot of really hurt mechs out there for Eon. If they make a bad play, they could get taken out. Proton in the Summoner goes down. 3 mechs down now for EMP.
And where is that Commando? Here comes Aurora coming up behind Lizzie. Gets a couple shots in, but I don't know how much firepower he really has.
He's got all the firepower he needs to really clean some of these guys up here. 2 dead quick. 3 now, and that's starting to even up. Aurora essentially completely fresh, going in on a bunch of mechs that are 30%. He should be able to clean this up really, really easily.
Aurora getting another kill. Some might even say he's going Commando right now.
Oh my God. Oh man. Colonel O'Neill has Aurora right up behind him. Bowser takes up all these kills. Hubert goes down. So all that's left is the 2 Wolfhounds who looks like they were trying to flip the caps back. Looks like Hardock is actually going face to face.
Bowser self-destructs though.
But it's going to take a lot of capping here to
need the
peel
caps
this back.
Yeah. That Commando being up is going to be the difference maker, I think, for Imperial. Even if they were able to neutralize some of these caps, that Commando can just run around and out-cap them any day of the week.
I agree. Hardock is going to try to break the Epsilon. We got Dared going for Gamma. The Commando can potentially flip back Kappa, but then...
And the Wolfhound, actually, Nova is still alive in that Wolfhound at, what is that, 30?
Aurora is going to stop Hardock. He's going to keep Hardock from taking Epsilon back.
And at 32 or 35% Nova in the Wolfhound. We're going to take a look at Aurora's cockpit right now, see what he's doing. He is fresh, but then again, so is Hardock.
If he gets caught fighting the Commando, though, I think too much time will have passed.
And this Flamer is going to be devastating. It's an all-energy weapon Wolfhound right there. He's not going to be able to shoot.
Worst thing that he could do right now is overheat or blow himself up.
And those Wolfhounds are tanky as can be. There's not a lot of
Aurora's center torso is now open. While this is happening, though, 7-11 tickets. It's just Aurora's doing his job. He's just keeping him from flipping the cap point. Epsilon and Kappa still in control of EMP, and it's going to tick away. I think that's pretty much it. EMP is going to pull away a cap victory here.
Aurora is determined to get this kill before that cap goes off if he can. One more shot. Takes him,
gets him. And that's it. 750 tickets.
Dared's coming in to avenge him. Unable to do so.
So Imperial coming back. Those caps caught up to him big time. I mean, it was a really good effort by Eon Synergy. They dealt a ton of damage. That Commando just kept that 4-cap in their favor.
Yeah.
That means that the time is not on your side.
The Commando kept the 4-cap in their favor, which meant that Eon Synergy had to be aggressive. They pushed in, did a lot of damage, and then all of a sudden, here's a fresh Commando running in when you're all beat up. That's tough to deal with.
Absolutely. Bottom line, Eon Synergy did really well, but they did it 8v7.
Yeah.
You got that fresh mech come in, you're all at 30% bright cherry core. That's disaster.
That's easy pickings.
Absolutely. So Eon Synergy really needed to get it done faster.
Yeah.
Get it done healthier. They might have been able to pull it off.
Absolutely.
But it's not over yet. It's 1-1 on the series. Let's go back to Darren, see what map we're going to be playing next.